This here is from Variety from January 25th, 2024. This is about Alec Baldwin. From what I hear, what I understand, he was indicted on involuntary manslaughter for what happened with the shooting on the set of Rust. Sounds about right to me. So they're not saying it's his fault. There wasn't intent. It wasn't deliberate. And I don't think it was. That wouldn't make sense. But he did commit the physical act. It was him. It did happen. And yes, that's involuntary. But the thing is, the SAG-AFTRA, if I'm saying that right, not exactly sure if you say it as an abbreviation, you say each letter. What it is a union of two huge labor unions, the Screen Actors Guild and the American Federation for Television. So they're big in the business. They defend actors, things like that, and they're defending Alec Baldwin. I'll get to their statement. I think it's okay at first. It's okay as a knee-jerk reaction, but like usual, with deeper thought, I'm not sure how it holds up. What they say basically, an actor's job is not to be a firearms or weapons expert, the union said. Performers trained to perform, and they're not required or expected to be experts on guns or experienced in their use. The industry assigns their responsibility to qualified professionals who oversee their use and handling in every aspect. And I get that. That's true. Alec is not there to know things about guns, their ins and outs, and all that. But as a human being, and someone who's holding something who can kill someone, you'd think that the judgment you have means something. You're not a robot who's like, my job is to go on set and act. Yeah, I get it. That's the job description. But it's a bit more complex than that. They say Baldwin was holding a gun during preparation for a scene when it fired. He said he did not pull the trigger, but the forensic experts concluded the gun could only have been fired if the trigger was pulled, and I think physics might conclude that too. I mean, you can't just say, well, the gun just fired. I guess no one knows what happened. Well, people do know what happened. It would seem to me, and I'm no expert, that you're going to need to pull the trigger for the gun to fire. So I'll assume that the experts against him were correct. They claim that the conduct needed to be reckless or willful, not just careless. I don't know, that's a pretty blurry thing there. Yes, reckless has a certain nuance, careless doesn't, but they're pretty similar when it all boils down. Then they put out some technical things here. They say firearms or weapons are meant to be with supervision from experts and professionals. Well, if that's the case, maybe he should have waited until they were around to shoot the scene. I mean, I'm just not into all this running from responsibility, blaming someone else. How can you have a gun, it kills someone's wife, I think she was a mother, and be like, well, it wasn't my fault? He expressed sorrow, I think, and was somewhat apologetic, but at the same time saying, I'm sorry this happened, but it wasn't of my doing. I mean, look, I'm not sitting here and saying he should be put away for life. He's a cold-hearted murderer. I'm just saying, this happened and take some responsibility. Like I said, I don't see a sentence here, a verdict, but I would bet my bottom dollar it's pretty light. He's not going to jail. Maybe there's a fine. He's probably not getting community service, I would doubt. From what I read here, it says he could get up to 18 months from about 4 days ago, but that hasn't been decided. I'd bet he wouldn't once again. Okay, time shall tell. Washington Post says possibly 5 years in prison, which I once again doubt. Anyway, I want to stress, I'm not trying to hate on Alec. I disagree with him totally, politically. I don't really like him. However, I'm pretty clear on judging the situation. It's got nothing to do with anything except the facts of what happened. I don't think he meant to do it, but his attitude seems really escapist, I should say. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. Done here for now. See you next time.